Hi, I'm Nick in Manila, and welcome to Nick's Matchroom. England have done exactly what they needed to do. A professional 2-0 win over Panama. Top of the group, knockout football awaits. But now the tournament changes completely. There are no easy matches, no second chances. One bad performance, one defensive mistake, one injury at the wrong time, and you're on the plane home. I've predicted every single match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, so today I want to answer one question. Can England actually reach the World Cup final? Not as an England fan, not through rose-tinted glasses, but by looking at the route in front of them and asking one simple question. Can this team survive it? Let's begin. Before we look at the draw, I think we need to talk about England themselves. Because reaching a World Cup final isn't just about beating the teams in front of you. It's about whether your own team has enough balance to win 7 matches. That's where I have one concern. England's defence. Not because I don't rate our defenders, quite the opposite. I think England have one of the strongest squads in the tournament. But tournaments are often decided by the smallest weaknesses. And right now, the biggest question for me is the right side of England's defence. If Reece James isn't available, England lose much more than a right back. They lose experience, they lose recovery pace, they lose quality on the ball, and Thomas Tuchel suddenly has decisions to make. Does he play someone out of position? Does he become more cautious? Or does he trust somebody who hasn't played many knockout matches at this level? None of those options are perfect. Then there's Declan Rice. For me, Declan Rice might actually be England's most important player. Harry Kane scores the goals. Jude Bellingham creates moments. Bukayo Saka stretches defences. But Declan Rice holds everything together. When England lose possession, Rice is usually the first player to stop danger becoming disaster. He protects the centre-backs. He wins second balls. He gives everyone else confidence to attack. If Rice is fit, England look balanced. If he isn't, England suddenly become much easier to play through. Against Panama, you might survive. Against Brazil, you'll get punished. That's why I believe England's biggest challenge isn't scoring goals. It's staying defensively organised for 90 minutes against the very best teams in the world. The good news, England have goals throughout this squad. Kane, Bellingham, Saka. Set pieces remain one of England's biggest weapons. So I don't worry about where the goals come from. I worry about whether England can defend well enough when the pressure becomes relentless. Now, let's look at the route. Round of 32, DR Congo. On paper, this is exactly the draw England would have wanted. But World Cups have a habit of embarrassing teams who underestimate opponents. DR Congo have earned their place. They'll be physical, quick, fearless. England cannot treat this like another group game. Score early, control possession, don't allow transitions, make DR Congo chase the game. If England stay patient, the quality difference should eventually tell. Prediction: England 2, DR Congo 0. Professional, efficient, no drama. Round of 16, probably Mexico. This is where the tournament begins. Mexico are one of those nations nobody enjoys playing. Technically excellent, comfortable in possession, huge support inside the stadium. They rarely beat themselves. England cannot become emotional. This is where tournament football becomes a chess match. Patience matters. Decision-making matters. One mistake could decide everything. England's aerial threat and physical strength may just prove the difference. Prediction: England 2, Mexico 1, England move on. Quarter-final, Brazil, this is the match. Forget the final, forget Argentina, forget France. Everything changes here. Brazil don't just have world-class footballers. They have footballers capable of producing something extraordinary from absolutely nothing. Against Brazil, England can't afford 5 careless minutes because Brazil only need 1. This is where I come back to England's defence. Can the right-hand side cope with Brazil's pace? Can Declan Rice dominate midfield? Can England defend set pieces and counter-attacks with the discipline required to beat one of football's greatest nations? England absolutely have the talent. But talent alone doesn't beat Brazil. Perfection does. Right now, my head says Brazil edge it. Brazil 2. England won. And I think that's probably where England's tournament ends. But football isn't played on paper. Let's imagine England produce the performance of their lives. Let's imagine Brazil are beaten. Everything changes. Suddenly, England become one of the favourites. Confidence explodes. Belief spreads through the squad. And waiting in the semi-final, Argentina. Now here's something that might surprise you. I actually think Argentina suit England more than Brazil. Brazil's unpredictability worries me. Argentina's structure is easier to prepare for. England would know exactly what kind of battle they're walking into. Disciplined, physical, tactical. If England arrive carrying the confidence of beating Brazil, I genuinely believe they could beat Argentina. It wouldn't be comfortable, it wouldn't be pretty, but I think they could do it. England 2, Argentina 1. After extra time, England reached the World Cup final. And standing between England and football history, probably France, maybe Spain. France have frightening pace, power, experience, match winners all over the pitch. Spain control games differently. They don't overpower you. They exhaust you. They keep the ball until concentration disappears. Personally, France concern me more. Not because they're necessarily a better team, but because after surviving DR Congo, Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina, England would have played 4 emotionally exhausting matches. Would there be enough left? That's the question. My final thoughts: can England reach the World Cup final? Absolutely, there is a genuine route, but it depends on 3 things. England staying healthy, Declan Rice staying fit, and finding defensive stability, especially on the right-hand side. If those pieces fall into place, England can beat anyone. If they don't, Brazil probably ends the dream. That's why I think this World Cup is so fascinating. England don't need miracles. They need consistency. 5 matches, 5 disciplined performances, 5 opportunities to make history. Now I want your opinion. Does England beat Brazil? Could they overcome Argentina? And if England somehow reach the final, who would you rather face, France or Spain? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed this analysis, subscribe and join me as I continue predicting every single match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This has been Nick's Matchroom. I'll see you after the next game.